Alright, on this video I want to talk about renunciation. And that is to renounce the things that don't help you at all. And to me that it's kind of like living my past self in the past and strive for something that I want to accomplish in the future. And I feel like if I'm constantly thinking about the past and going back, oh, I used to be like that, or this is the person that I used to be, you're not moving forward. You're kind of still dwelling on that like past. You're constantly on the past, and then how do you expect to go to the future if you're not taking gradual steps to go that way? And I feel like this applies to everything, whether it's your job, your friends, your family, your current habits. It's gonna keep you stuck there. And I feel like I've been dwelling on this point for a long time. And even though like I feel like I'm pushing forward, sometimes I feel like I'm stuck in the back. It's like one of those things, like me drinking. Like for the longest time, when I started drinking, it was because I was going to the clubs, and actually way back in high school, that's when I first started drinking. And to me, drinking was like a way to bring girls into the party. It was like my excuse to bring girls into the party, because girls at that point, they did not have access to alcohol, so they were like more open to go for you, to go and hang out with you. So that's why I will, get myself some alcohol and be like, hey, you guys want to come drink? And then be like, yeah, because they didn't have many chances to go drinking. Then eventually I went to the clubs, and I wasn't comfortable in the clubs. I don't know how to behave in the clubs. I don't know how to dance. I don't know how to socialize. And the whole club thing was like a whole new world to me. I was like, okay, I was one of those guys that used to be called a wallflower. One of those guys who would just hold their beer next to the wall, looking at the endless girls walking by, and like, I wish I could talk to her. I wish I could talk to her. Like, no, you don't, because if you did actually want it, you just go and talk to her. So, but that's what it takes for me to take that edge off. So I would start drinking to the point that, yeah, I will talk to the girls, but then eventually I will keep drinking to the point that I'm like, oh, I'm too fucked up. I don't know what to say. I'm saying stupid stuff, and then they don't want to meet me again because I got too out of hand. And I was like, man, I totally blew that off. And I blew my chances with so many people because I got too drunk. They actually like me, and then as I got drunk, they're like, oh, this guy is getting too obnoxious. I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, so that's what I learned from it. It's like, don't take it way overboard. And I have a lot of friends who like to drink all the time, and I'm like, man, I don't really get much from it. I actually, like if I'm drinking today it's Tuesday. If I'm drinking on a Tuesday, it's like, that's kind of like a waste day for me. It's like I had to get my shit done first, and then yeah, I could potentially drink beer. But if I have bigger goals, it's like, is drinking a lot gonna help me get there or not? And if it's not, then I'm just like, I kind of refrain from drinking that much. So that's why I kind of keep it to maybe once a week, maybe once a month. But now it's like, now I kind of like cut it down to 30% from what I used to. Back then it was like getting wasted twice a week. Now it's just like once every couple months, because I don't like feeling like the hangover the next day, and then my momentum, like me working out, me getting shit done, it takes a lot of willpower. And when I drink and then I'm feeling hangover and I don't have much energy, and then I'm dehydrated and I cannot think properly, it's like it takes a lot for me to get back into that rhythm of constantly, getting the ball rolling. So that's why it's like I need to renounce to that stuff. I need to renounce that life. Like, yeah, I lived that life. It was like the 20s is when you drink, you party and all that stuff. And that's great. You enjoy those years, but then as you get older, I'm 30 now, so it's kind of like a different mindset. It's like, yeah, if I keep doing that stuff, it's like I'm not gonna go, I'm not gonna get to those goals that I want to, because it's like I'm constantly kind of like taking 2 steps back and just stepping 1 forward, and I'm going more backwards than forward. So it's not a good way of living your life. So I need to renounce to that. Another one is like your exes or your ex-girlfriends, your hookups, the girls I used to see. If you still keep contact with them, and it's kind of like a healthy relationship where like, oh yeah, she's my friend now and I could talk to her and then it's all cool, but that's all good. But if you have them and you're constantly thinking about them and you wish you could go back into that relationship, or you're thinking, or you're getting sad or depressed because you're thinking about those stuff, it's like, man, that's not helping you. It's like they're keeping you in that past self, and they're moving on, they're having the boyfriends, they're moving with their life, and you need to do the same thing. You need to leave that in the past. You know, if you really want to cry for that, go and cry for those situations. Like if you've gone through a heartbreak, go through the fucking heartbreak, cry until you cannot more, but get those fucking emotions out of the way, because only like that you can move forward. And that's what I mean by renouncing. When it comes to friends, there's some friends that back in the past you were aligned with them, and then you guys were like pursuing goals and getting shit done. There's a point where like they might settle down, and then they stop being, you know, on that adventure self. And if you're still constantly trying to like reach goals, and you hang out with people who are on their conservative self, it's like they're gonna kind of like judge you. They're gonna like say things that might set you back, and in a way it's not a good relationship, because it's like these guys, they just want to chill. They don't want to do more than what they have to, which is work and maybe family and maybe their girlfriends or maybe their family. And that's gonna hold you, because it's like maybe what you're doing is wrong, but it's not wrong. It's like you have goals, you have ambitions, and if you're constantly hanging out with these people, it's like you're not gonna get there. You need to find guys who are on the same level, and then you guys are both pushing each other to get to that next level. And this comes to one of the guys who I used to watch. He says that there's the law, 30% of your friends have to be where you want to be in the future. So people that you're inspired by, that you look up to, and that, you know, they hang out with you in a while, or that you could see in a mastermind. There's some people that are at your level that, you know, they kind of go through the same things that you are going through, maybe like, you know, fucking up here and there, but still trying to move forward. And then there's some people who are just like set that they, you know, they're on a lower level, not necessarily a low level, but it's like they're not ambitious enough. So you have portion of friends in different areas, and then yeah, the people that don't want to like pursue goals, just hang out with them once in a while. Don't hang out with them all the time, otherwise you're gonna get into their mindset, and then you're gonna like, oh, I'm good enough here, I'm gonna get high here, and I'm gonna get drunk. It's like, no man, it's not helping you. The people that you constantly are hanging out with, keep pushing. If they tell you, oh, I want to accomplish this, try to push them to get to those goals. That way they could push you to your goals, and you both go on the next level together. The ones that you know you hardly see that they're away, try to hang out with them as much, because if you keep hanging out, you know, if you put yourself in a situation where like you're with them, it's like you're gonna pick up on habits that they do that might help you to get to there. It's like some of the guys that I look up to, they wake up early, they get their shit done way early, and they don't make excuses. They just simply get it done, and that's what I'm trying to get. And sometimes I find it hard, because it's like, man, I feel like I'm like the only one who's doing it, because I don't get to hang out with those guys. I just look at them, and then when I hang out with these other guys, like they kind of tell me the opposite. So it's like, yeah, I just need to push forward to get acquiring those type of friends that are on the high level. So yeah, so that's what I mean with renouncing to those friends. Now, renouncing to your family, you know, your family loves you, your family cares for you. Even if you reach your goals or not, they're still gonna be there for you. But there's a point where, like, you know, if your family is constantly hanging out with you too much, it's like they're gonna impose, they might say things, or, you know, they might treat you like, you know, like, what the hell are you doing with your life, this and that, and they put negative thoughts in your head. That's like, man, you know, I feel bad and stuff. So you need to renounce to that and maybe move away from that and be like, okay, I'll see my family, like when I miss them, I'll go and hang out with them, but I'm fully present with them, rather than being with them all the time and then kind of resent them for them saying something that you don't like to hear. So that's what I used to go through when I used to live with my family. Like, they would be like, what are you doing with your life? Why are you playing video games? Why haven't you gotten a better job? And this and that. And it's like, man, like, I'm trying, and you know, since I don't talk to them about, like, you know, the stuff that I got through, it's like they would just see the other part, like, oh, you're not really doing it. So it's like, man, it's too much negativity, so I had to renounce it. So I move away from them, and then now it's like, whenever I hang out with them, it's like, it's good. because now it's like I fully enjoy the time with them, and then they don't resent me as much. When it comes to a job, if you're in a job where like you're unhappy and you don't really want to be there and you don't see yourself being there, you need to fucking renounce to it. You need to renounce that fucking job, because if you're there 5 years from now, you're gonna be in the same place, but you're gonna be a lot more like, you know, resentful with yourself. You're gonna hate the world. You're gonna hate everyone and everything, because that's not helping you. You need to be on an environment that's constantly challenging you, that you don't know if you're gonna have that job a year from now, because it's like so competitive, but at the same time it's like teaching you good stuff that is pushing you to a next level. And if you're constantly pushing yourself to the next level, it's like, yeah, a year from now, if you keep pushing yourself, you're gonna be even on a higher position, on a higher salary, and that's all good, because like you're moving forward and they're pushing you to move forward. Because if it's a job that's just like so repetitive, you're just gonna start hating it, because we're not meant for that. We are meant to constantly be challenged and pushed. So that's where, I mean, that's where I get my drive. It's like I need to be pushed, and I need to be like, you know, get to this point, otherwise you won't get paid. And that's when you fucking, oh, fuck, I need to get paid, so I need to push forward. So that's what I mean with renouncing to your job. In a relationship, renouncing to that toxic relationship where, like, you know, you're with this girl and you know that things are not working out, but you're staying there because you got used to the relationship, and because she's been there all this time, you know, that's gonna create a toxic relationship. In the future, it's like you guys gonna resent each other. It's gonna be like, what the fuck, like why did you end up with this girl? Or like she might cheat on you, or you might cheat on her and she might find out and it's all bad. It's like, no, like you need to renounce to that. If you're unhappy with that relationship, end it and move to a better one. It's like, don't settle for less. Settle for something that you are willing to work hard and make it work. And you know, that's why, like, I rather choose to be single than be on a relationship where I knew that I wasn't gonna end up with. So it takes a lot from you to end a relationship like that, because like, yeah, everything's good, like you feel comfortable, the sex is there, you could easily invite someone to go out anywhere, but in the end, it's like, in the long term, it's like, do I really want to have kids with this girl? Is she constantly challenging me to become better? Because like, that's the way I felt about my ex-girlfriend. It's like, you know, she was just happy about who I was, and I wasn't happy with who I am. She's like, oh, no, you don't need to go to the gym. You're okay, you know, I fucking love you. And in my mind, it's like, but I don't know myself. I need to go to the gym and I need to get it done. And she didn't like it that I will go to the gym and stuff like that. It's like, man, it's not really helping me or supporting me to get to those goals. And then why am I wasting her time if I'm not gonna marry her? You know, I had to fucking grab my balls and be like, you know what, I don't think this is working, and we need to go our separate ways. And yeah, it takes a lot of thought from you, but the reward is a lot better than if you were to stay in that relationship. If I was in that relationship right now, I'll probably be like twice as fat now, and I would probably be unhappy. I'll be like, man, I'll be constantly thinking like, I wish I could have that girl, but I'm in a relationship. And I will like, and I seen this from other friends that they're on the fucking same relationship. They went into a relationship, and then they secretly they wanted like cheat on them and stuff like that. And like, to me, like, if I'm gonna be with someone and I honestly want to end up in a marriage, I'm gonna try to do as much as I can to minimize her cheating on me, or me trying to like have thoughts of cheating on her. So that's why, like, I'm constantly working on myself, trying to push it forward. I'm renouncing all this bullshit because I want something better. And I know that it takes a lot of fucking effort, a lot of fucking sacrifice. It takes, you know, a lot from you, but if you keep doing it, eventually you'll get there and everything will be worth it. That's the way I see it. It's like, never settle for less. And same thing in your living situation. If you, like, currently I'm living with other guys, and it's great. It's a great place and all that, but I don't want to be living with them when I'm like 40 years old. It's like, I don't want that situation. I want to have something of my own, so I need to constantly push myself to a higher standard. It's like it's never like, oh, I achieve it and then I'm good. It's like, oh, fucking eat ice cream every day now. No. It's like you achieve your six-pack, keep maintain it, keep working at it, keep chiseling it, and you know, you live in location, same thing. If you had a house, great. What's the next thing that you could get? Maybe another house by the beach, maybe a vacation home. It's like there's never an ending to this until you fucking die. It's like you always gotta be on a constant pursuit, because the moment that you're no longer in the pursuit, it's like your life is kind of like meaningless. It's like, what the fuck? We need to constantly have like a goal, and once we reach a goal, keep the next goal. And that's why there's some people who can achieve some fucking insane kind of stuff, such as, you know, Elon Musk. He wanted one company, and then he got another one, and then he got another one, and then now he's trying to go to Mars. And maybe by the time you look at his video, he's already there, and then he's trying to like make another fucking ship to another fucking galaxy or something. It's just like you have to have bigger goals always. Otherwise, yeah, renounce the shitty past that you have, the shitty situations that you've been through, the shitty past that's behind you. Just let all that go and move forward. Learn from the mistakes that you made in the past, but know that you're constantly moving forward. And with that said, I think this is the end of the video, and I will see you on the next one.